Welcome back to Ocean Echoes, North Carolina Shipwreck Chronicles. I'm Callum, 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐒 for Sail Chronicler. Among the many tales of lost vessels and daring rescues is the story of the Steamer Flambeau, a shipwreck that has captured the imagination of locals for generations. The story of the Steamer Flambeau centers around an intriguing shipwreck that allegedly took place in March 1867 near Rodham, on the Outer Banks of North Carolina. According to local legend, the ship was transporting 10,000 beaver stovepipe hats made popular by President Abraham Lincoln when it wrecked, and the hats were washed ashore. Soon, everyone on Hatteras Island was sporting one of these stylish hats. The event was so memorable that it supposedly turned Easter that year into an elegant affair, with every man, woman, and child donning a stovepipe hat. The tale is often told in the area, adding to the rich maritime folklore of the region. While the stovepipe hat story is well known among Outer Banks locals, historical research tells a different version of the Steamer Flambeau's fate. In his 1952 book, Graveyard of the Atlantic, David Stick lists the shipwreck of the Flambeau, but makes no mention of hats. He places the wreck near New Inlet, just north of Rodham on Hatteras Island. According to Stick, the shipwreck was one of many that occurred in the hazardous waters of the Outer Banks, known as the Graveyard of the Atlantic, but he does not reference the stovepipe hats. Contemporary sources, including a letter from Major A. Compton of the United States Army, published in the New York Times on March 10, 1867, provide a detailed account of the wreck. The Flambeau was carrying 5 companies of the 40th United States Infantry, bound for Fort Fisher and other military posts in North Carolina. After running aground at New Inlet, near New Hanover County, not Dare County as the legend claims, the soldiers were evacuated safely. The report makes no mention of hats or any unusual cargo. Despite the lack of primary evidence, the stovepipe hat story remains part of Outer Banks folklore. Ben Dixon McNeil, in his 1958 book The Hatteras-man, dedicates 2 pages to this shipwreck, recounting how the hats washed ashore and became an island-wide sensation. Other authors, like Fred M. Mellison in The Civil War on the Outer Banks, have also repeated the tale, claiming that the hats were intended for a sale in South America, but ended up decorating the heads of Hatteras Island residents. McNeil even quoted locals who joked that even the porpoises were wearing stovepipe hats. Numerous efforts to verify the stovepipe hat story have been made, but no definitive primary sources have surfaced. Researchers, including historians from the University of North Carolina and the NC Office of Archives and History, have uncovered only secondary references to the wreck, mostly from books like McNeil's. Local attempts to gather more information from residents of Hatteras Island have similarly yielded little concrete evidence. Despite the lack of documentation, the story continues to thrive as part of the colorful maritime history of the Outer Banks. Although the true story of the Steamer Flambeau seems to be one of military transport rather than fashion, the legend of the stovepipe hat wreck persists. The image of the elegant hats washing ashore and becoming a part of local life captures the imagination, blending the region's shipwreck history with whimsical folklore. While historians may doubt the veracity of the tale, it remains a cherished part of the Outer Banks storytelling tradition, embodying the mysterious and often unpredictable nature of life on the North Carolina coast. While historians may doubt the veracity of the tale, it remains a cherished part of the Outer Banks storytelling tradition, embodying the mysterious and often unpredictable nature of life on the North Carolina coast. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history of shipwrecks. We hope you found this episode both fascinating and moving. Join us again next Saturday as we continue to uncover more stories of sunken ships and maritime mysteries. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on our latest episodes. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the depths of history.